Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while, I know. I just haven't really had a lot to talk about. Uh, I didn't foresee really making movie reviews videos anymore, but Severin Films released a Franco film that I felt like talking about, so why not do it? And I hope you enjoy it. It is Friday, and what better way to celebrate Friday than with just Franco and Thong Girls? Thong Girls is a 1987 film that is coming out. It's after the golden period, his relationship with Golden Films. Apparently, there was a economic dispute, i.e., somebody wasn't getting paid, and Franco went out on his own. And this was one of the films he made on his own. I think it was made in '83, but it was released in '87. As you get to the latter part of Franco's career, he tended to make films and then they would lie dormant for some reason. I mean, if you look at his filmography, it's like 4 to 7 years later the film gets released. Very strange, but yeah, this is an interesting, different film for Franco fans. I'm not sure that you can see that really well. Probably going to get. I don't know. It's not that bad. I mean, it's just a thong, but YouTube may not like it. Uh, this is first of all. Let me talk about the release itself. It's a Severin release. Thank you, Severin, and it is gorgeous. The picture quality is fantastic. The sound quality is fantastic. I mean, it is pristine. You can't ask for more. The film has special feature wise, it has a audio commentary with Franco Mania's, a couple of guys that are Francophiles, and it was okay. Nothing great. The meat of the special features is of course Stephen Thrower's 41-minute interview talking about the film, and that's cinema gold, as well as there's a part 11 for In Land of Franco. All right, so back to the film. This is a departure from what he normally does. And you're thinking probably, you look at this, you see the title and you look at this thing, you're thinking, oh, this is one of those porn films from the 80s, but it's not a porn film. In fact, it's very tame for a Franco film, extremely tame. There's a lot of boobs. You know, most of the women in this are uh, topless, and they wear thongs. So, you know, it's got a lot of nudity. But as far as sex or hardcore sex, there's nothing like that. There's one simulated sex scene with Lena Remay, but other than that, it's not what you're thinking. It's more of a romantic. It's labeled a comedy. I didn't find it funny at all. Uh, it's more of a romantic drama to me, and it's a really interesting film in terms of. It's got a lot of subplots. So this film covers four different storylines. Three women and a guy. Well, it's four different storylines. Let me stop right there. But basically, these different people living in this beach town in Spain, which is uh, what was the name of the town? It was it's on the tip of my tongue here. Bendorm. It's Bendorm in Spain. Um, it's like east southeast of Valencia. It's I guess it's in the province of Valencia, but it's a beach town, beautiful, beautiful. Apparently, there's like 70,000 people there. The population is very small, but it's a gorgeous beach town, and these people are going through their normal life trying to find relationships, and 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 so the film just does a great job of balancing, or attempting to balance anyway, these multiple storylines and bouncing back and forth between these storylines. Now, as good an attempt as he did with that, I think it's one of the film's weaknesses. There's just too much going on. There's too many characters and too many subplots, and you really need, none of them are given enough meat on the bones to really flesh it out. But it's interesting nonetheless. The other nitpick I had with this film is that Lena Remey's storyline is kind of, I would say, it takes a back seat to some of the other storylines. Uh, so I wanted more Lena Remey, and I didn't get that. You also don't get the iconic music that at least I'm uh, a fond of as far as Franco films. The unusual jazz scores. There are nightclub scenes in this, but again, the music is lacking in this. There's really none to speak of. It's all kind of like um, what music there is of this is just very nondescript and not very interesting. Uh, the film touches a lot of taboo topics without being gratuitous. It goes into LGBTQ stuff, which is obviously extremely relevant for today. One of the storylines deals with that in particular. You got a bodybuilder who's he thinks he's with a girl, but it turns out she's a transvestite. It's some crazy stuff, and of course, there's another storyline uh, of a of a guy that's basically gay, and he's does one of those bird the yeah the bird what's God the Robin Williams film Birdcage. It's kind of a birdcage thing, but his story is, besides the fact that he's dresses up as a woman for these birdcage shows, nightclub shows, he's also trying to reunite with his family. So you've got that subplot as well. Like I say, it's interesting, and it does. And Jess, I think, does a good job of bouncing around those stories, but none of the stories really gets up below the surface level because there's just too much going on. There's just not enough screen time. It's only like 127 minutes. This probably should have been a 2 hour film to do justice to it. I would say I give it a 6 out of 10. I would say this is a film for hardcore Francophiles, but probably the rest of you guys probably should take a pass on it. But it is a nice release from Severin, and I do recommend it. So if you've got Thong Girls, or you have an opinion on Thong Girls, leave a comment in the box below, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching.